Have you ever felt a desire hit you out of nowhere? Something that seemed harmless at first, but just wouldn't stop growing. Have you ever wondered how one extra look can turn into an avalanche of lies, guilt, and pain that doesn't just hurt you? What if I told you that the greatest king of Israel, a man called after God's own heart, fell into the exact same trap that thousands of people fall into today, except he didn't even have a smartphone or the internet? If those questions stirred something in you, stay with me until the end. Because this story isn't about ancient people. It's your story, my story, the story of every human being who carries the same heart across thousands of years. Picture the scene, but don't picture it in Jerusalem 3,000 years ago. Picture it today. David is on the rooftop of his palace. He's the guy everyone admires, undefeated warrior, gifted musician, the leader who united a nation. But right now he's tired. The war is still going on and he stayed home. One ordinary evening, he looks down and sees a woman bathing on the rooftop of the house next door. It wasn't a porn video. It wasn't an endless website with millions of choices. It was just a look. 1 second too long. But that single second was enough to light a fire inside him that he couldn't put out. He asks, "Who is that woman?" Someone answers, "Bathsheba, the wife of Uriah the Hittite, one of your best soldiers, a loyal man." David hears the husband's name and still sends for her. He knows it's wrong. He knows she's married, but the desire speaks louder, and they sleep together. Then comes the problem every human being knows too well. Consequences show up. Bathsheba gets pregnant. Now David switches into the mode we all recognize. I'll fix this myself. He calls Uriah back from the battlefield. His plan: I'll make him sleep with his wife, everyone will think the child is his, and the problem disappears. But Uriah is too honorable. He refuses to go home while his brothers are still fighting. He sleeps at the palace door. David tries again. He gets the man drunk. Nothing works. So David makes the lowest decision a man can make. He writes a letter to the commander and says, "Put Uriah on the front line where the fighting is fiercest, and when he's there, pull back. Let him die." Uriah dies. David marries Bathsheba, and he thinks he's gotten away with it. But God is not fooled. The prophet Nathan shows up with a simple story about a rich man who stole the only lamb of a poor man. David explodes in anger until Nathan points the finger and says, "You are that man." From that moment, David's life becomes a living hell of his own making. The baby boy who is born dies. An innocent child pays the price. His family falls apart. One son rapes his sister, another murders his brother, another tries to steal the throne. The peace he once enjoyed disappears from his home forever. And worst of all, he carries the shame for the rest of his life of having murdered an innocent man, a loyal friend and soldier. All of it started with one look. Now here's the parallel no one wants to hear, but everyone needs to hear. Today we don't need rooftops. We have screens in our pockets 24 hours a day. We don't need to send for anyone. One click is enough. Pornography is exactly that extra look David took, except now it's in high definition, with infinite scroll and an algorithm that knows exactly what lights the fire in you. And what happens? You start by looking just once. Then you lie to yourself. It's no big deal. Then you lie to the people you love. You hide your phone, delete history, pretend everything is fine. And without realizing it, you enter the same spiral David entered: desire, action, lie, more lies, damage to innocent people. How many marriages are being destroyed right now because one or both partners live in that secret world? How many children grow up feeling emotionally abandoned because a screen stole the attention that belonged to them? How many young people carry shame and guilt they can't even tell their best friend? The human heart hasn't changed. Technology has changed. The heart is still capable of the greatest loyalty and the worst betrayal on the same day. David wasn't a monster. He was a man just like you and me. He had talent. He had faith. He had moments of real intimacy with God. And still he fell. But the story doesn't end in the fall. After everything, David writes Psalm 51, the most honest prayer of repentance in the Bible. He doesn't make excuses. He doesn't say it was just a slip. He says, "Against you, you only, have I sinned. Create in me a pure heart." And God forgives him. Not because David deserved it, but because God's grace is bigger than our worst mistake. So before you close this video, I want to leave you with 3 simple reflections. What extra look are you giving today that could become an avalanche tomorrow? Who are the Uriahs in your life who might be paying the price for your hidden choices? Are you willing to stop the cycle right now? Or will you wait until the consequences knock on your door the way they knocked on David's? The Bible doesn't tell this story to condemn you. It tells it to save you from repeating the same mistake. Because what never changes, not in 3,000 years, not with all the technology in the world, is the human heart. And what also never changes is the love of God that can still restore any broken heart. If this story touched you, leave a comment. I saw my own David here, and if you want, ask me for the continuation, how David got back up after the fall, because grace always has the last word. Stay close to God, and watch the next look you take. It can be the beginning of everything, or the end of an unnecessary fall.